broadcasting on the beach with Halftime Howie, and we are back. And you know, last couple of weeks there was really a special event in Long Beach. It was the Barrier Blues Music Arts Festival. It was awesome music. Those who got a chance to watch some of these bands from all over the country, it was amazing. It was 5 days of incredible music, and the best part about it, it was at the Long Beach Library. It was at several venues throughout Long Beach and Island Park, Hub Billiards in Island Park. It was at Lola's. It was Avenue on the Cafe. Just great, great music all over. And one of the people involved in that, who worked so hard putting it all together, Joanna Matheson, was Howie Haber, Lou Carollo, and Howie. First of all, welcome to the show. We'll talk about how excited you were about the Barrier Blues Festival and how a sense of accomplishment you must feel that you were able to bring all these great musicians to the Long Beach Island Park area.
Thanks, Howie. Johanna and I had worked a little bit last year on the second Barrier Beach Blues Festival. This year is the third. And it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of coordination. Johanna has more drive than anyone I've ever seen. She is just driven to produce a lot of music shows. She's driven by the music and is very excited by it all. And she's also driven to help the community, which is a good thing. Working with her this year, we were able to bring the Memphis theme into the Barrier Blues Festival. And by the Memphis theme, what we did was we basically got every band that ever competed at the International Blues Challenge in Memphis from Long Island to play at the Barrier Beach Blues Festival. Lou and I actually competed in 2005 and made it to the finals out of 85 bands. And it's a pretty exciting thing. Little Toby Walker played. He actually won the International Blues Challenge. So again, the coordination between all the venues, the Stone Turtle, the Hub in Island Park. You had Lola's, the Avenue, Tuscan Grill. Who am I leaving out? I'm leaving out somebody.
I don't remember. I remember. I know Hub Billiards.
And of course, the library. The library shows were just phenomenal. I mean, the sound system there is incredible. I actually ran the sound system for all the shows at the library. We played the library Friday night. So overall, it was just, I feel really good about the turnout, and I think everybody had a really good time.
Yeah, Lou, you and Howie go back to the 80s, and when I watch you guys playing at the library, I can see that you guys have a real passion for music. Talk about how you met Howie and how you guys have been able to produce great music for all these years together.
Sure, Howie. Well, I've actually known Howie since the 70s. We went to school together, and we started playing together in the 80s. And we started writing songs together and doing each other's material. And it's just been, we've been with Breakaway for a long time. We played together for a few years, then stopped for a while, and got together again in about 2002. And we've been doing it ever since.
Howie, early on, if you had to say, was there one musician, a band, a solo artist that inspired you in your early days to become a great musician? Who would that be?
For me, my earliest influence, I guess, was Mike Bloomfield. Besides Mike Bloomfield, I think one of the things that drove me back into music after a little hiatus was Stevie Ray Vaughan. Those two were major influences.
How about Lou? Who was your major influence early on in your music days?
Well, aside from my uncle who played guitar, we used to have the Italian get-togethers, and at the end of the night all the guitars would come out. I had an Uncle Louie who would actually play the old Italian songs and some old blues songs like St. James Infirmary, and that kind of got me going. But it was the Beatles that really set me off into a world of music. And then I heard Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, all those guys, and just one thing leads to another with the inspiration.
Awesome. I watch you guys play, and I can tell you really enjoy playing, and that's what I love about Long Beach, because this really is a town that loves its music. Island Park, East End of Long Beach, West End of Long Beach, so many of the restaurants have great music. Talk about this town especially, how the fabric of music is so important, and so many of the restaurants and the clubs always have great music playing.
This town, this area has a history of music that a lot of people don't even understand, okay? I mean, you know, I've lived here most of my life, and there was always a vibrant music scene. But people forget that there was a place right across the bridge called the Action House, and then it was called the Rock Pile after that. Every great band that played the Action House, including The Who, Jethro Tull, the Yardbirds. I mean, all these bands played right across the bridge. There was a place in Long Beach years ago called Leone's that used to have, you know, phenomenal blues bands. And, you know, some really famous people, and that tradition still carries on today. If you walk down the West End, you'll hear music pouring out of basically every venue there is. And it's a great thing, you know. Over the bridge in Allen Park, you now have two, you know, great venues between the Hub and the Stone Turtle. You know, Stone Turtle's doing original music on Saturday nights. The Hub is doing superb music Fridays and Saturdays. So, you know, it's a very vibrant scene right now.
And I think what makes Long Beach different and special is that other towns might have music that play, but what town has these great music festivals? I mean, throughout the year, you know, at the library, you have the Folk to Funk, you have the Barrier Blues. Steve Adelson in September is coming up with a jazz festival. Talk about that Long Beach, throughout the year, you have, you know, bands playing on the boardwalk, has all these great music festivals, which to me sets Long Beach apart from the rest.
Oh, you're right. I mean, you know, used to be, we used to have the Riverhead Blues Festival. And this year, actually, I should say last year was the last year they had it. So this year, the only festival, the only arts and music festival that was on Long Island was the Barrier Beach Blues Festival. So it's, you know, it's really a major accomplishment. There's not a heck of a lot going on. You know, we have a music and arts festival coming up soon on August 6th at FinFest over in Island Park. So you know, it's something to be treasured. People have to take advantage of it and basically get your butts out there and listen to live music.
All right, are you guys ready to hear Howie and Lou play?
Yeah.
All right. All right, this is what we've been waiting for. What are we going to lead off with, Howie?
This one's called Crescent Street Blues.
By the way, tonight we have two double H's. I am Double H, Halftime Howie, and he is Double H, Howie Aber. All right, so what are we going to have, Howie?
This is called Crescent Street Blues.
Crescent Street Blues!
Bring him in.
You guys want them together? All right. All right, how about on three? 1, 2, 3, go! watch this show on YouTube, the topic of this show will be Howie and Lou bring awesome music to the Halftime Howie Show. So we're giving you guys top billing. Howie and Lou bring awesome music to the Halftime Howie Show. Oh, we're going to take a break. And after the break, you heard some awesome music. After the break, we're going to talk about surfing, which is a huge passion here in Long Beach. We're going to give you the surfing editions with our new weekly surfing reporter, and Hope Schaefer is going to give us an update on Quicksilver, and Mark Tannenbaum's going to fill us in on what's going on the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce. And Mark, for tonight only, can we change the spelling of the Chamber of Commerce? Can we make it Chamber of Commerce with a K instead of a C?
Officially tonight officially, it's KK.
All right.
However, I'd like to add that Quicksilver is only spelled with a K, Howie. There is no CK in Quicksilver.
Beautiful. All right. We're taking a break. This is Halftime Howie, broadcasting on the beach. You heard some great music from Howie and Lou coming back to you on Long Island's first and oldest radio station,